What's up, guys? You're watching the CDC game show where we preview the game ahead and, of course, have some fun and games in this match preview on cricket.com. My name's Avnish Hegde and we're going to be joined by two experts once again. And as you can see, it's W. Raman and Graeme Swann. First and foremost, gentlemen, welcome to the show. Swanny, how are we?
Oh, very well, thank you. Just got out of bed, especially for you at this early time, 3 in the afternoon.
Yeah, it's the ideal time, right, to shoot. And WB, is this a good time to shoot as you? The sun is out, surprisingly.
Of course. It is the right time because the sun starts, relaxing a little bit towards the late half of the afternoon in Chennai, so it's all right.
Okay, so let's get on with the first round then. And we always call this round, How's That? Right, that's some vociferous appeal over there. But look,
that's what Swanny did all his life. He would bowl and say, how's that all the time?
Always hitting the pads, mate. Always hitting the pads.
All right, let's ask Swanny the first question in this round. And that is, what is Rajasthan Royals' biggest strength? Six hitters or spinners, sir?
Of course it's the spinners. Of course it is. No, seriously. The one thing they've done really well this year is when they've got big runs, when Josh Butler's fired, when they get 200, when Sanju comes good and Rian Parag comes good. They've got so many runs on the board, their spinners are doubly effective because scoreboard pressure, I've said this all along, scoreboard pressure is immense when you're a spin bowler. Knowing that people have to get after you, you get a lot of people caught on the fence. It's the games that Rajasthan have lost recently when they've not posted a big total. They're the only team batting first, winning games, posting big totals for much of the IPL. So the six hitters, yes, very important, coupled with the magnificent spin duo of Ravichandran Ashwin and Yuzi.
Okay, so spinners it is. There was never going to be a doubt in that man to back his fellow spinners out there. WB, your question in this round is related to Chennai, of course, because you're from there. And I want to ask you if Chennai Super Kings can do what they did in 2021 next year in 2023. They always learn from their mistakes. Your time starts now.
Yeah, they need to try and see what they need to do in terms of the entire composition of the squad. Who is going to be their next VB Chandrasekhar? Because if you cast your mind back to 2008, Chandrasekhar was there, then he was commentating during the domestic games. He was also a national selector. So he was the one who was there in the auction. He put together a team which enabled the CSK to retain the core and then make additions and subtractions as required. But now who's going to be the next man for them to do that? Because I personally feel they need to have a new squad coming up or a younger squad coming up. It's time for a new order as far as CSK is concerned. So they need to try and plan really well. They got enough time. Of course, you can never, ever put it past CSK to do some course correction at the right time. I'm sure they'll do that. But once they do that, I think they need to try and find a new leader as well, because you can't really expect Dhoni to go on forever. He's also not really as young as he was in 2010 or 2015. So which means that it's time for them to gradually start forming a new squad within the next 2-3 years.
Okay, let's see how that rolls on in the years to come, especially those points you mentioned about MS Dhoni and whether there'll be a new captain or whether they'll throw it back to Jadeja. Now, enough of me. Let's go on to the second round, which is called Just a Minute. Right, in this round, it's almost like that college game where we give the experts a topic and they have to speak for this particular topic in exactly a minute. We'll start with WE this time around, and it's a Chennai-related question once again to him. My question is whether India should pick Ruturaj Gaikwad for the upcoming South Africa series.
If you ask a marketing specialist, he'll say, which product do I move from the counter if I have to bring in this new product? That's the question that the Indian selectors would have. Yes, Ruturaj Gaikwad, yes, he deserves to be there. Yes, he's good enough. He's talented. He's done extremely well for the IPL franchisee and also in domestic cricket. But which is the product that moves out to accommodate him? I think that'll be the big conundrum the selectors have to solve. In terms of ability and talent, there's no question. He's knocking on the toes of international cricket, as he's got tremendous talent to counter the best of fast bowling attacks. But who does he come in place of?
That's the question which everyone want to know, and I think the answers will be on the 9th of June, because that's the first T20. Right, Swanee, you're just a minute, and it's, of course, Rajasthan pertaining. It's Sanju Samson, and whether you feel he's too nice a captain, especially in high-octane scenarios. Talk to me, please.
Right, one thing I can say is you can never be too nice a captain, all right? Get away from the Captain Nasty thing that people are after. No, it doesn't work. I like a captain who leads from the front with the bat, with the gloves, and is very sound, very calm. The reason MS Dhoni is known as such a brilliant leader and such a good captain for years for India, that despite under his breath he might be angry, he might be having a go at people, very calm demeanour. And that aura breeds confidence in his team, in his players. It means you're in a better position to go and bowl well, to bat well, to play for your captain. So no, you cannot be too nice. One thing that Sanju Samson, however, has to improve on, and this is something that blows my mind, is his referrals. He is one of the worst referring captains I've ever seen. He's missed 2 or 3 stone-dead LBWs this year because he may have been too nice in that occasion, thinking, oh, no. Trent Bolt, in-swing to Stoinis. Was it Stoinis or Mitch Marsh? On the pad, absolutely stone-dead, didn't go upstairs, cost him the game. So referral-wise, get nasty. But on the outside demeanour, be nice. Everyone be nice.
Be nice is what Swanee says. Now, Ravichandran Ashwin's part of that team, and sometimes the referrals could go downhill with him being in pleading. It's almost the Indian equivalent of Stuart Broad with regards to DRS. Right, let's go to the third round right now to just wrap proceedings, and this is called the final word. Right, in the final word, we of course ask a topic once again to see if the experts agree or disagree with regards to what we have today. And we'll put these questions to both of you all. We'll start with Swanee this time around. Can Rajasthan Royals get a top 2 finish in IPL 2022?
Absolutely. Top 2 finish is well within the reach of Rajasthan Royals because they've lost a couple of their last 3 games because they seem to have got there and then just stuttered a bit and looked a bit tired. Josh Buttler's looked a bit tired. He's played a few lazy shots compared to the early part of the IPL. And I think losing the last game would have been a real kick up the backside for them. They'll have gone away and said, right, we need to refresh, have a team meal or something, get some sleep in, no more training. Let's be fresh and go for this. Because that top 2 spot is so important to give yourself 1 less game to win the whole thing. And also, I think they could beat Gujarat if they played them. I think if Rajasthan play an aggressive game of cricket against Gujarat, they'll blow them away. So I think it's definitely something they should look for, and I think it's definitely something they can get. It all, for me, comes down to Josh refinding his form at the top of the order. If he can get them off to a flyer again, enough players down the order are playing really well that they'll get a big total, and then the bowling takes care of itself. They've got the best bowling in the IPL, in my humble opinion.
Humble is a key word there, ladies and gentlemen. But look, WB, do you echo those thoughts with Swanee? Do you think RR can get those top 2 spots, or do you think they'll choke? Come on, say the latter.
If you take the composition of the RR squad and if you take their overall form and reflect on what they've done in this tournament so far, they stand a better chance because they got the big hitters and they also got the spinners. Now, let's not forget the pitches are getting drier here in Mumbai, and which means the spinners will have a big role to play. And if they get to bat first, and especially at Brabourne, they can put up a big score, which means it's all playing into their hands. And they also got to play CSK. Not many would have dared to say this in the earlier editions of IPL, but that is not a team which is in great form now. It's not had a great year, which means the balance is definitely tilting towards the Royals.
Okay. Now, WE, I don't know if Swanee will disagree with you in the next question, which is, of course, will Chennai Super Kings finish bottom of the table in this year's competition, or will it be MI? WE, you can have a crack first before we think what Swanee knows.
What does it matter? It doesn't really matter. Whether
there's ego, there's pride.
I tell you what, you got a captain there who says, yes, if he went on to qualify, it is great. If he didn't, it's all right. Doesn't matter. Because let's not forget, both these franchises, even though they've had a very ordinary year, they're languishing at the bottom. They both have had great runs over a period of long time. And they've almost been the flag bearers of the IPL in terms of being the teams to beat all these years. That's a great record to have. And it's all right. And I obviously would look at them coming back strongly in the following years.
Okay, Swanee, agree, disagree?
Right, what we've got in the UK is something, it's actually a German word. It's called Schadenfreude, and it's laughing at someone else's expense. A lot of teams will be guilty of Schadenfreude because Mumbai and Chennai, who've got so much success between them, are at the bottom end of the table. So those teams should be careful. As a sportsman, if you laugh at somebody else's expense, it will come back and bite you on the backside this game. And so no teams will publicly say, I hope Mumbai or Chennai finish bottom. But I bet you all of them deep down, jealous of the success that those teams have had over the years, will be quite happy. We'll be having a bit of Schadenfreude at the fact that Mumbai are going to finish bottom. Not Chennai. Chennai have won enough games to not. Mumbai, I watched Mumbai last night, concede 200, be 90 odd for none, and look like they were well on course to win. And then absolutely capitulate with no confidence whatsoever running through that team of highly talented players. The confidence is gone. They're like shells of their former selves. They've not got a decent game left in them, I don't think. I could be wrong, but I think Mumbai just want this season to disappear quickly. Chennai will as well to a lesser extent, but Mumbai just want this year to be over and done with. But don't put it past Chennai and Mumbai to be playing off for the final to win the whole thing next year.
Okay.
Sony says Schadenfreude 9 in Germany.
I can just imagine a huge, big, burly German man saying Schadenfreude, and I'm just like, whoa, take it easy, guys. Right, let's just end the show with predictions then, because we've got a Royals fan, we've got a Chennai man. Surely they're going to be disagreeing with each other in this. Who's winning this contest, gentlemen? We'll start with the man in pink, invisible pink, that is.
It's got to be Rajasthan. Rajasthan are ready. Chennai are there for the taking. It's Rajasthan's turn.
Okay,
it serves no purpose. I've always been going for the underdogs right through this IPL. I don't think it serves any purpose here now, going for the underdog, backing them. So I think I'll lean towards the Royals here because they need to get to the number 2 position as well. Let's not forget they've had a good run. It's a good side. So I look forward to seeing them at number 2. In as much as I would like to see Chennai at number 2 from the bottom.
Surprise, surprise. Normally you have WE, of course, backing his Super Kings, but not the case this time.
I might change and go Chennai win then, because I think if we both say Rajasthan, then it will just jinx it.
There's always that surprise element, should we say. But look, thanks so much, gentlemen, for making your presence felt in this match preview on the CDC Game Show. You guys can catch Swanee and WE, of course, in the post-match scheme of things. Until then, it's a goodbye from me. I'm out of here.